Hello Internet, my name is Ori. Today we're going to be taking a look at what the new Big Brother 22 All-Stars house is going to look like, plus possibly what the cast is going to look like. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so before we actually get into who the actual cast might be, let's start off with this video right here of Julie taking us around the Big Brother house.
Expect the unexpected, Big Brother fans. Your favorite summer addiction is back. You're welcome. Let's enter the living room, where the Big Brother All-Stars get the literal star treatment with a gigantic wall full of 1,152 illuminated pegs front and center.
But how many green, how many orange, how many yellow?
From hand-painted rods pepper the backlit wall. Let's move on to the kitchen. This year's kitchen pays homage to some of the biggest all-star moments from the past 2 decades of Big Brother. This splatter paint street mural, which surrounds the kitchen, features moments like Dr. Will acting as the puppet master, Derrick working undercover, Rachel and her call to floaters to grab a life vest, Danielle's diary room devil horns, and of course, Dan's funeral. Continuing the loft look, the kitchen contains more graffiti artwork and vintage shelves over the painted brick walls. Spray paint can sculptures populate the hallway walls provided by an artist in Croatia, and a new lighted ceiling piece ties the entire look together. The lounge. This season, the lounge celebrates the Big Brother term showmances. What is Big Brother?
I thought this was for Jody, as in the Jody who got eliminated first and didn't even get to play. But it's not. It's for the showman's name, Jody.
What is the bathroom? This season, the never evicted fan favorite Big Brother Rubber Duck finally gets its due. Hundreds of rubber ducks will adorn the walls of the bathroom, from the showers to the sinks. The bathroom also features a large yellow sofa where our all-stars are sure to gather. Let's check out the bedrooms. The first bedroom showcases the house guest superhero side, with back issues of BB Comics illustrating the walls of the room. Custom printed duvet covers, spider web-like framing, and 3D printed rocket ships make this the perfect hero's headquarters or villain's lair. Let's check out the back bedroom. This bedroom centers on the one thing Big Brother could not exist without: the camera. 45 35mm cameras fill the room, while 127 black and white photos highlighting freeze frame moments from the 20-year history of Big Brother hang from the wires on the walls. Also featured in the room is one gigantic wall-sized lens reminding the house guests that all eyes are on them. This season, 94 high-definition cameras and 113 microphones will be on 24/7, capturing the house guests' every move. Let's move to the side bedroom. The side bedroom celebrates a major symbol of the game: the Big Brother key. Cut silhouette key-shaped columns capped with glass globes break up the padded leather walls. The room also features 41 framed house keys, an important reminder that only one house guest can have their key pulled at the end of the season. Moving upstairs, the house contains an industrial bridge overlooking the kitchen and living room. The view from up there showcases the warehouse windows. The space features an oversized daybed surrounded by string lights and splashy contemporary art. A perfect place to lay out for the day while laying out plans for the season. And now, let's check out the head of household suite. This season's HOH will reign in an elegant, refined, and comfortable suite featuring raked skylights, revealing a Twilight City skyline.
Those look awesome.
Plasterwork in the room is framed by gray-stained wood columns, and at the center of it all, a plush, king-size bed facing a royal blue velvet sofa. the perfect space for many late-night all-star strategy sessions.
That may be the coolest HOH bedroom that they've ever had. That thing's amazing. It looks like a cross between the apartment from Friends and Arnold's bedroom from Hey Arnold. Yeah.
And that's our tour. I'm Julie Chen-Moonves from somewhere near the Big Brother house. I'll see you soon.
Near the Big Brother house. Well, that was really cool. I love all the little nods to different things and different seasons, different house guests. I think the HOH room is probably my favorite. That bedroom is so cool. It literally looks like something out of like New York City, like a giant loft on the top floor. That thing's awesome. They killed it. They killed it like they always do. They always make a great house. I never really have complaints on what the house looks like. It's fantastic. Before we get into the actual cast discussion, this season of Big Brother is a little bit different. Usually we have full cast reveals, interviews, we know everything about them, really, even the strategy going into the house. But this year, we don't. There has been no official cast reveal from Big Brother, from CBS, so we're kind of in the dark. But we do have some rumors, we do have some speculation, and we do have some possible leaks of who the cast actually is. So if you want to go into the episode on Wednesday night blind with no spoilers, now's your chance to click off the video. Well, subscribe down below and like the video first. And then click off the video. This is your spoiler warning because we're about to get into who the actual cast may be. So here we go. This is the potential cast for Big Brother All-Stars 2. We got a lot of familiar faces and some faces that you might not have necessarily thought of when you thought of All-Stars, but some really interesting people, some really interesting cast choices nonetheless. First off, we have Bailey. Bailey was probably best known for her showmance with Swaggy C. And look, they were just entertaining on their season, I'm not gonna lie. And anybody who's been watching MTV's The Challenge would have seen her most recently on there. And she was really interesting too as well. Also had some drama with Casey, the winner from Tyler's season, Tyler's Ride or Die. So there could be some drama, some headbutting going on there between the two of them. Next up here, you have Christmas, who, again, might not necessarily have been somebody you thought of when you thought of an all-star season, but definitely somebody I think deserves a second chance. During her season, she actually broke her foot. She was in a walking cast most the whole season, so she really didn't even have that great of a chance in many of the competitions and was really kind of hindered in her season. So it's kind of nice to see her get a second chance. Although I say she didn't really have a chance in the competitions, but she did win a foot race on one leg. Yeah, Paul, friendship, it was the thing. But yeah, it's nice to see her get a second chance to maybe try and redeem herself from her first season on two working legs. Next up, we have Cody. Cody finished second in his season to my personal favorite player in Big Brother history, Derrick. Look, there's the top three. You got Will, Derrick, and Dan. No question. Those three. Derrick's just my favorite. Cody made the mistake of choosing Derrick to go to the final two, and that might have cost him $500,000. I don't know, but it's really kind of be interesting to see what he can do without Derrick in the house as well. We also have Devon. Now, Devon is definitely someone who is entertaining. She's also someone who may have some issues with Cody, since she had a lot of issues with his brother, Paulie. So that might be interesting to see how that all goes. Next up, we got Danielle Donato, who, she's an all-star, period. The end. She's an all-star. She made it to the final two with her father, Evil Dick, during their season. And then in the second season she played, she really took the opposite approach to what you would think she would have done. She could have stayed with all of the returning players like Jeff and Jordan and Rachel and Brendan, but she actually decided to flip and line up with the newbies to evict them, which also could be something I could potentially see happening here again, with kind of an old school versus new school thing that we also kind of saw on the most recent season of Survivor, Winners at War. Next up is another one who, again, I don't think anybody would have necessarily been, boom, number one pick for an all-star season. We have David. Now, David kind of suffered from, well, just a lot of controversy on his season. There was a lot of issues about whether or not his eviction was to do with bigotry and race and all that kind of stuff, and he really kind of got saddled. I think the biggest reason he got evicted was he raised his hand to compete in the first competition to be HOH. Or it wasn't even HOH, I think it was for camp counselor leader or something. That's why he got evicted. He raised his hand on the first day. That, I don't know. Give the guy a second chance. Let's see what he can do. Enzo, who was really the creator of one of the first powerhouse alliances in Big Brother with the Brigade. Super entertaining, really funny to watch on the feeds. He's a character, and I'm glad to see him back in the house getting another shot. Now we have our first winner here, Ian Terry. The last time he was in the house, he probably even self-admittedly was very awkward. He was even almost like the first eviction, if I remember correctly, because of how awkward he can be. But he ended up winning the entire season and really did it in an amazing fashion. At one point was going to be evicted during the double eviction and won the veto when he needed it the most. So again, really interested to see Ian back in the house, see if he can possibly be a 2-time winner, but he's going to have a big target on his back. Speaking of big targets, someone who probably has the biggest target on her back of them all, Janelle. Now, if anybody doesn't know, Janelle may be the biggest competition beast in Big Brother history. She's got tons of wins, vetoes, HOHs. She wins competitions. So I could see some of these people getting together and be like, hey, we don't want her getting on a roll. We got to get her out quick. Next up, another old school player, somebody who is really familiar with Janelle. They actually played on the same seasons. Kesar, really interested to see him back. Really smart player. He played twice already. This will be his 3rd time playing the game. So it's really going to be interesting to see how he does. Keisha, who Keisha is, again, not somebody you would necessarily think was Big Brother All-Stars material right off the bat, but super entertaining. And also, I would say she kind of had everybody trying to sing happy birthday, but they really couldn't because there was a fight going on. Poor Keisha. Next up we have Kevin, who not too much really to say about his season. I believe he made it to the final 3. Possibly he can do that again, go even further this time. We have another one of possibly the best dynamic duos. First off, you had Derrick and Cody, who's one of the best dynamic duos in history of Big Brother. Well, next you have probably the other best dynamic duo in Big Brother history. You got Memphis. Now, Memphis, he was Dan's ride or die in his season. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do without Dan on his season, and if he can maybe become a winner. Next up, we have the 2 Nicoles. Now, first off, Nicole Anthony. Not too much to say about her. She was really bubbly, great personality. Played the game pretty smart. She's a fan, so she knows what she's doing. It'll be interesting to see her back in the house and what she can do. Again, not necessarily somebody you would have said, hey, all-star. But again, looking forward to see her and on the show. This next one, we have a winner, Nicole. There's been a lot of rumors, but I don't necessarily believe all those rumors that you hear on the internet today. There's some stuff about her, about she pulling a lot of strings backstage. I don't know what's going on. Her as a player, when she was on in Big Brother 16, who she actually played with Cody, so there's some connection there as well. When she first played, I think she was the only one who really caught on to Derrick and what he was up to. So she's really smart. She also then went on to win. She beat Paul, and she did well on that season as well. So, and last up we have Tyler, who also is another dynamic duo player. He was a ride or die with the eventual winner in his season, Casey. So it'll be interesting again to see what he can do on his own. All right, that's going to wrap things up, guys. So in the comments down below, let me know, who are some of your favorite returning house guests? What are some of your favorite parts of the new house? Also, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'm going to have more of these videos that I'm going to do during the season of Big Brother. Also, let me know what you guys want to see. Maybe top 10 lists, best reactions to different moments in Big Brother history. If you're watching this on Wednesday, the night of the premiere episode, I will be live watching it along with you guys. So if you want to join us in the live stream, come on out and hang out. As always, expect the unexpected, and good night, house guests.